Much peace to you guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment. Today I want to speak about how to find vibrational alignment with source energy. And I believe that vibrational alignment is actually our essence, okay? That state of goodness is who we really are. Now, don't get me wrong, if you want to find vibrational alignment, you don't need to deny your negative feelings. I believe that there is duality, okay? So there is a purpose in also accepting a negative emotion. And what I'm realizing is the fact that the more that we learn to deal with our shadows and our imperfections, is the more that we actually find balance and we have the power to learn to step into vibrational alignment, okay? So realize that vibrational alignment is about you being connected to love, okay? It is about you being connected to your higher nature, your higher self. But you need to learn to find vibrational alignment, and you do this with meditation, okay? You do this by going into nature. You do this by really opening your heart to the vibe of love and higher frequencies, okay? So the more that you learn to really increase your frequency and increase your energy, is the more that you are actually making the connection into the vibrationally aligned state. And really the vibrationally aligned state is the God self. Okay, it is the universe. It is the universe actually operating through you and as you, maybe. Okay, and I've seen that in my own journey when I was disconnected from vibrational alignment. I created a lot of chaos, but it was only a lesson. And the lesson was to connect to my heart space and really be more kind, be more compassionate, be more loving, you know. So realize that love is all that there is, everything else is an illusion. Okay, so the more that you operate from love is the more that you actually step into your true nature, into the vibrationally aligned state. Okay, so another tip would be move from the head into the body. Okay, move into your own intuition. That is where the secret is happening, in your gut, in your intuitive state. That is also how your higher self actually speaks to you, through your intuition. Okay, so vibrational alignment is all about keeping a high frequency, but again, don't get me wrong, sometimes you need to be low in order to learn to be high. Sometimes you need to be disconnected in order to learn to connect. So vibrational alignment is about going beyond duality. Okay, it is about going beyond the polarity of good and bad, of left and right. Okay, so it's all about finding the balance, finding a high frequency, and really finding happiness in your natural state of consciousness. Okay, so your natural state of consciousness is vibrational alignment. Okay, your natural state of consciousness is vibrational alignment. When you operate from love, you realize that love is actually your truth, okay? And another tip would be as a kid, okay? Be as a child. Because deep down, your inner child may be your higher self, okay? So when you don't take life so seriously, okay? When you are letting go of what is no longer serving you, and really when you are getting to celebrate each moment as it is, it's like you find the power to find vibrational alignment, okay? And even my book is called Vibrational Alignment, The Ascension to Your True Self. And I'm realizing that this is actually a very powerful state of consciousness to be into, okay? Vibrational alignment. It is the connection from fear into love, okay? It is the connection from hatred into oneness, from hatred into compassion, okay? So realize that you also need to go within yourself. If you want to find vibrational alignment, you have to be responsible for your thoughts, feelings, and actions, okay? You cannot just express something negative into the world, because that will actually return into your own state of consciousness. And really when you find vibrational alignment, it's like you cannot really do evil into the world. You cannot harm another, because when you are vibrationally aligned, you actually realize that you are the world, okay? You are the other. We're all interconnected, and everything is interconnected in the universe, okay? So vibrational alignment is the vibration of love, okay? The more that you take responsibility and the more that you step into the harmony of life, is the more that you find vibrational alignment. Now, another tip would be Don't force for things to happen. This was one of my lessons. I forced certain things to happen in my past, and I was realizing that I was only creating resistance. But when you are vibrationally aligned, it's like you no longer force, but you actually allow. So someone said that it's not your job to make it happen, it's actually your job to allow it to happen. Okay? So the universe will always bring you the experiences that you need when you realize that everything that is meant for you will actually happen for you. Okay? So when you have this state of consciousness of inner peace, when you have this state of consciousness of alignment, it's like you realize that what's meant for you will always find you. You don't need to force. You don't need to force manifestations. You don't need to force relationships. You don't need to force making more money maybe. You don't need to force material possessions, because you realize that you are actually complete. And when you are complete, it's like you have the opportunity to attract anything that you desire. Okay, so it's not about forcing, it's about attracting. It's about allowing. It's about you stepping into a harmonious state of consciousness. Okay, so vibrational alignment is the energy of your inner being. It is the energy of the cosmos. It is the energy of God, maybe, because the universe has split itself into human beings. Okay, source has split itself into you, and you are part of this higher fundamental force. Okay, you're part of this higher vibrationally connected source of consciousness. Okay, you are not separated from the universe. Everything is interconnected. And when you realize this deeper truth, it's like you are operating from oneness. Okay, you have the power to forgive. You have the power to manifest. You have the power to attract anything that you desire when you are vibrationally aligned. Okay, so let go of the separation and realize that your consciousness is actually connected to everything in existence. Your consciousness is part of the higher cosmos. Okay, it is part of higher intelligence. And what I'm realizing is the fact that the more that we learn to find vibrational alignment, is the more that we are being connected to our uniqueness. Okay, to our soul signature, to healthy creative processes, okay, to that state of consciousness that feels good in our hearts. Okay, now it's important to find little ways to find vibrational alignment. It could be going into nature, it could be exercising your body, it could be creating something beautiful for yourself, it could be being more kind, being more loving, more accepting. Okay, so you have the tools within yourself. And I'm realizing that if we want to find vibrational alignment, we also need to become more grateful. Okay, we need to become more grateful. Gratitude will actually attract everything into your own life. I'm seeing that we get disconnected from vibrational alignment when we are not being grateful, when we take life for granted, when we are being too static maybe, when we are only chasing material possession based on the egos that we're having. Okay, when we are trying to impress other people maybe. But when you let go and when you find alignment, it's like you open your space to really attract beautiful things without chasing. Okay, and when you find vibrational alignment, you have the power to reprogram your subconscious mind. You have the power to reprogram your belief systems, and you have the power to really step into a more harmonious state of consciousness. Okay, so vibrational alignment is super powerful, and it's about making the connection from the physical into the non-physical, from material possessions into the energy. Okay, when you raise your energy, you attract everything. So everything in the universe is energy. The more that you increase your energy, is the more that you have the power to be anything that you desire. Okay, so I think that this is today's message about learning to find vibrational alignment with source energy. Okay, you are this source. Okay, I've seen my own journey that I was more than I thought I was at a human mental level. Okay, we're more than we think we are. We're higher consciousness operating as a human. And whenever you are recognizing this deeper truth, it's like you have the power to raise your consciousness and unlock spiritual gifts. You have the power to unlock yourself into a new state. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and this was today's message about vibrational alignment. This is super important to realize, and it's your truth, it's love, it's higher consciousness. Thanks so much for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. Much peace and see ya.